Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Between Us Girlies, episode 3. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Bailey.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Brandon.
And the last time we talked, Brandon and I were in a different country. So we'll just jump right into it. We went to Puerto Rico, and we weren't here for the fun. But
yeah, shout out to Frontier Airlines and Discover Puerto Rico for hosting us up. We had such a good time. We met like a bunch of fun creators. We became besties with these two girls. Shout out to Maddie and Allie if you guys are listening.
Queens.
We literally looked at them, and this is such a Philly thing. You ever just like look at somebody and you're like, you give me Philly energy. Like these girls were just like, they were down ass bitches. Like they were here for the shits. They were here to joke around. They were here to party. And it was just a great atmosphere. We were also with like a bunch of other like really good creators, Dakota and Jackson.
I love them. They are. I love that they love fast food.
And they are just as how they are like are online in person. Which
Honestly,
is,
better.
Yeah,
like just the best
I love that.
guys you'll ever meet.
It's
like
so refreshing when you like meet another creator and they're exactly how you pictured them in person.
That's good.
The food looked amazing.
The food was unreal. We went on a food tour one day. It was me and Lindsay love to eat and sleep. And we ate a lot. We didn't sleep that much, but we had our moments where we could be lazy, and then we had our moments where we had to be really active, which was a struggle for us.
The Frontier Girlies had us doing the coolest, craziest like excursions, but some of them at like 7 a.m., which
is way too early for little Miss Lindsay.
Yeah.
Lindsay likes to take her naps during the day too.
I
so
do.
I'm sure that was a little issue. But not to mention, you guys were gone for 15 straight days. Like I was looking every day. We wake up. I'm like, they're still there.
No, it was a really long trip, but it was nice because they gave like 2 full travel days. So like the first day, like we had our flight, and then we had the whole day basically to do like lay by the pool, catch up on sleep, which is obviously what me and Lindsay did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a 6-day trip.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
What did y'all do while we were gone?
I kept it chill. for once.
Did you?
Like the weekend you guys were gone. Yeah. Oh wait, no, you guys were only gone that Sunday. Well, no, I was chill. I was chill that Saturday. I actually got my apartment together. I had a wholesome weekend last weekend.
Did you have any friends over?
Did I? Lindsay, you know what? My memory is a little foggy right now. So I really can't tell. But me and Lindsay got into it this weekend. We did the same thing we always do. Figo, bars. And then Lindsay, for once, stayed out until 3:30 in the morning with me. Let's clap it up.
Round of applause.
Let's clap it up.
Thank you.
Even though our dinner was supposed to start at 9, she said, let's push back to 9:15. Shows up at 9:25.
Oh, you can't just let me live one. I can't just get one time.
God forbid. It's okay, though. We had fun.
We did. We partied.
Yeah.
It was like a nice weekend. I wanted to go out, but I was such an adult. I hosted my first Friendsgiving this weekend.
Where was our invite?
Well, so for the listeners, my boyfriend loves to cook. That's like his thing. He cooks every night and he's very into it. And so we had Friendsgiving for his friends. So we're going to do Christmas for you guys and have like a cute Christmas dinner. But I took it so hard. I like spent over like $150 that I don't have. Well, I got a job, actually, update for the listeners.
Confetti streamers, all that.
I finally got a job after 5 months of being unemployed.
Crazy
so
how we started podcasting, you get employed.
yeah, love it. This
Funny
is
how
good
life
energy.
works.
Take credit for your hard work.
Absolutely. But yeah, I spent so much money. I took it so seriously. And we like set up. So Friendsgiving was on Sunday. Saturday night, I set up the tables and I hated them. I thought they were so ugly. So I had a panic attack. And literally it was like 10:30 at night on Saturday night. And I was like on Target, like what can I pick up the next day? Amazon. And finally I found stuff at Michael's. Go there. They canceled my whole order when I got there.
Michael's did?
Michael's did. I go Sunday morning. Like people were coming over. I had like 2 hours to go buy everything and set it up. And they canceled my whole order. So I had to be a Karen. And I had to go up to the front. And I was like, you guys canceled my order. They refound the stuff. They didn't want to give me the discount. I had to be Karen again. And I was like, I did have a discount. I felt really awful. I like called my boyfriend. I was like, I never want to complain to a cashier worker again. Because like they don't give a fuck. They're just
so
trying to do their
annoying,
job. And I was like, can you take 10% off? Like I didn't need to do all that.
But did they have the stuff in stock?
Yeah. And he was like, oh, I don't know why it got canceled. And
You
I was like
damn
so
well.
flat, whatever. Anyway, got new stuff set up and had a really good Friendsgiving. Everybody was really appreciative. So it was a very like adult. I felt like an adult for the first time in a while. I was proud of myself.
Wow, Karen and Friendsgiving in one day.
Yeah,
Actually, make this up. And a job.
Where do you work for? Tell the company.
So everyone, go follow Rush Order Teas on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook.
What about LinkedIn?
I don't know about LinkedIn.
Tumblr?
YouTube too. YouTube. Oh, I miss Tumblr. But it's a really cool job, and I'm really excited. This was my second week, and it's so fun. I feel like I have my life together. So this is a really good era for me.
Oh, yay!
Yay!
Oh my God! Wow! Great headspace.
Yeah, we love this.
That's fun.
I love
I
that.
want to do a Friendsgiving one year. Have we ever done it? I don't think we have.
I feel like
As a group, right?
the problem is that we all I don't know. We're not we're not we're not the most cooking
I can't
centric
cook,
friend
yeah.
group. Yeah.
There's just nothing. It would be store bought for me.
Yeah, if we want to, which we did, I feel like we've talked about doing before, everybody
Right.
bring their favorite fast food
Yeah.
dish. I would love to do something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not making
we had
anything.
a dip night. That was a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I love hosting people, but I don't like making food. I enjoy setting up my home and I like making drinks and snacks, but I don't want to cook any of you a meal. It won't be edible.
Yeah, and then you
So-
got to worry about the timing. And the one thing I loved hosting, it was great, but I forgot about the cleanup afterwards. So
tell.
after the longest day of being on my feet and hosting, everyone left and we had so much shit to clean up. And I was like, damn, this is why you don't have people over that often.
Y'all use plastic paper plates?
We did, but it was tables and chairs and
Yeah.
decorations and
But the food came in.
Well, as wholesome as that is, let's talk about something that's not that wholesome, which is that as our listeners are listening to this, it's Thanksgiving Eve, which is my favorite holiday of the year. Now, I don't know what y'all are doing at home, but I'm hosting a little event at Barstool Sansom Street. I don't know what hosting this requires, but I will be blacking out. What are y'all doing? I know Lindsay's going to come with me.
Say yes or no. I'm actually going back home to Canada. No, I'm going back up north. So I'm from a small town. So going out there isn't the same as going out here. Plus, I feel back at home, I feel it's such a 25 and under type of thing. Where it's now I go home, I just want to rest. I'm already driving 7 hours.
That's how it is everywhere. So our hometown has a bar called McGurk's. It's the best place on earth. I want to be
best
buried
wraps
there.
and fries.
It is the best food. I could do a full episode on why McGurk's is that girl, but I won't. We used to go there, and it just gets younger and younger and younger. And I love my little brother, but I don't want to go out with him. So it's we'll let them do that. We'll be at Barstool.
Right.
Yep.
But yeah, I totally
Are
feel
you going to be in Delaware, Casey?
Yeah, I'm going back to Delaware, and my mom's my Uber in Delaware. Ubers aren't really, they're a thing. It's not Delaware's
Same here.
crazy place, but it's just not as common as they are in Philly. And I don't want to make my mom do that. So I haven't fully decided, but I think I was sick last year and stayed in, and I woke up and I was I felt that was the first year I didn't go out, and now I feel I can do it more and not feel FOMO.
Is Jake coming to Thanksgiving at your house?
No, we're going to do Christmas together because my boyfriend, for the listeners, he's Jewish. So he's really excited to celebrate Christmas this year.
Aww.
He asked for a stocking, and he was I've never had one before.
that's so
so
cute.
we're doing Thanksgiving separate, but Christmas together.
That'll be nice.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But so you're hosting a party there
what's
at
going on?
Barstool?
Yeah, so shout out to DJ Smooth. Every
Love
Thursday, him and Barstool do an Influence the Night. I don't know if he does it every Thursday. They do an Influence the Night at Barstool on Thursdays, but since this week, Thursday's Thanksgiving, obviously, they're doing it on Wednesday. And DJ Smooth reached out to me, and we love DJ Smooth, and he was host this with me, and I was next question. Let's do it. So we're really, really excited. I mean, I'm nervous too because I haven't been on the streets in a hot minute.
Haven't.
And
I'm scared.
I'm
no one's gonna be there.
I'm pretty scared.
for me.
Are you guys going to have an intense pregame, or are you going to let the bar do the...
I think we'll have a really fun pregame.
Yeah.
Because I think with Thanksgiving Eve, right when you're in the end of college or just out of college, it's still really fun and fresh to go out in your hometown. But now I'm I go and I don't want to see those people anymore. I have no interest. I already went to high school with y'all. I already saw y'all 3 times. I'll see you at the 5 and the 10 year reunion.
Damn.
Thanksgiving Eve, I'm going down the street this year.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Period.
And I feel
Yeah.
Casey, you probably can relate too. I mean, you guys too. I feel a lot of my friends also don't live at home anymore, and a lot of them one of my best friends lives in Arizona, and she's not going to fly across the country. So it's like
Right.
less and less people are coming home for Thanksgiving. So I feel like just like
You mean she doesn't want to get on a flight and go to Canada for Thanksgiving Eve to go to her hometown bar?
Oh my God.
It's corny.
6.
But if you do go out for Thanksgiving Eve, have a drink for me and Bailey, since we're not going out. Have a drink. You guys have a drink for us. The listeners have a
Oh,
drink.
we'll have several
Yeah.
drinks.
Multiple.
Have a
soda
tequila
splash.
shot, Brandon.
You know what? I will do a tequila shot. I'll do a
Rumplemans?
green tea shot.
I'll do a rumpy.
I'll do a rumpy shot. Rumpleman.
We're gonna have to take footage of this because we're all talk.
Yeah.
See what happens.
You're not.
Speaking of all talk, we talked a lot last week, and Bailey mentioned something interesting about her favorite cookie spot.
You guys
believe it was
smell
Crumble.
that? It's fresh cookies. I was trying to segue that. So, for the people listening, if you don't remember from last week, I had a little tantrum about how I've been commenting on Crumble Cookies Instagram for a year and a half now. That I haven't won my 4-pack. But thank you, Crumble Cookies, for giving us a 4-pack this week.
Woo! Thank you to the green team at Crumble.
I know. So they gave us the Thanksgiving pack. Should we try one?
Yeah, let's try one.
I think we should. Yeah.
All right.
We are obsessed with Crumble, first off. Like, they have the best cookies, and they're just like, it's just such a nice, sweet treat.
Yes,
It
and for
really
the people
is.
listening, it's the Thanksgiving edition. And it's pumpkin pie, cinnamon roll, cranberry crumble cake, and pecan praline.
Can you show them to the camera a little bit without spilling?
Oh. It's a little difficult.
You look insane.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
No, they are stunning.
Listeners, turn on the YouTube.
Yeah, you guys are missing out on this content.
I don't know how we want to pass them around. Should we even try them?
Maybe we should do it after the episode.
Yeah.
and
Let's try it
just-
after the episode. But like, this is so fun. Thank you, Crumble.
Thank you,
listen.
Crumble Cookies.
Next is Roku TV.
Oh,
This
my-
is your
Totally.
chance to right your wrongs and give Brandon a
Listen,
new TV.
I need to make a little bit of a redaction because some people don't listen. This is not for Roku TV. It's for Hisense Roku TV. That specific brand. The beef is with Hisense, not with Roku.
Roku
And it's
slaps.
so funny when people commented on this video and they're like, "Oh, are you sure it's your Wi-Fi?" Bro, I have tried everything. Do you think I would have fixed it by now? Our TV does not work. If yours works for you, pop off. Keep enjoying it. It doesn't work for me. Okay, I'm allowed to complain about it.
You need
It's
a
$300. What'd you say?
You need a TCL Roku.
We
That's
do.
what I have.
Yeah.
We sure do.
I don't know. At this point, I'm about to get an Xfinity like cable package. I'm so tired. Let's just go back to the old days.
No, Disney
on
just raised
demand.
their prices, and my dad had the audacity to text me and say, "I can't pay for that anymore. They're too expensive.
How
Get
much
your
is
own."
it?
You might
know
as well
what?
just cut me off.
Don't worry, Casey, because I'm gonna add you to my account.
That means so much.
And that's
How
so
else am I
funny
gonna watch
because
the show?
it's Thanksgiving, and last Thanksgiving is when my parents told me they weren't paying for HBO anymore.
Mine got
what
rid
is
of that
this?
as well.
It's just crazy. We're paying all of this stuff for streaming networks. It was the same thing when we just paid for basic cable. And we had more options and on demand. And shows came out every week. Like Euphoria. Oh, we're coming back in 2025. Those kids are going to be 86. And what are you going to do? Put them back in high school?
Jacob
Absolutely
grown
not.
ass.
They said 2025. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, because of the writer's strike too, right? I'm making sure.
I don't care. They
But
should have
it's
figured the fuck out.
2023.
You know,
You've got a
you're
whole year to
absolutely
figure
right.
it out.
No,
The
but it was
writer's
bef-
strike aside,
They
this
were-
has happened in multiple programs.
And I'm just like, what is the need? Y'all film in the neighborhood. We don't need, it's not like they're like adding all these special effects and doing everything. Like, what's going on?
You would think they're filming like a new Harry Potter, a new Pirates of the Caribbean. There's no special effects.
Or Avatar.
yeah, like this shouldn't take that long. A Pixar.
I digress.
Yeah, whack.
Yeah, anyway.
Oh my God, you guys are
Well,
funny.
in the spirit of complaining, I know that this doesn't touch me the way it's going to touch the three of you, but I just wanted to have a little funeral for BM, Boston Market.
Wait. So I didn't know that it was closing. I found that out when I looked at our episode outline.
Okay.
What the
Well,
fuck?
I did some further research. I don't know if it's fully closed. BM is Boston Market for our listeners at home. And I am a Boston Market fan. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, that's disgusting. I don't care. I am disgusting. I'll wear that badge proudly. Boston Market mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, the meatloaf, the chicken, the turkey, you name it. It slaps. The sweet potatoes.
Yep.
Don't think I forgot
Sweet
about them.
potato casserole.
Do not think I forgot about them. And Bailey brought it to our attention that they are closing a significant amount of locations. Now, I will say the one in my hometown is still kicking. But I'm really hurt. And I also want to point out that Boston Market has fantastic soda carbonation. They have never let me down on a fountain drink. I don't know what they're doing, but those cherry Cokes taste like they were poured from the Trevi fountain. Like, they are so crispy and good. But yeah, I'm really upset. You've never had Boston Market?
I've never had Oh, I didn't know that.
Bailey,
Yeah,
you
I've
would
never had it.
collapse. You would love it.
Their mac and cheese. I don't even like mac and cheese, and their mac and cheese.
Wait,
is
I don't
just
even like
what?
mac and
I have
cheese.
looked at their menu.
All right, y'all.
No,
So
I
next week there's going to be 3 of us.
Y'all know I don't even love, but theirs is just. I love the noodles they use. They use like the spiral noodles. Their cornbread.
We should do like a quick mukbang next week before they all close.
I feel
Get a last minute like goodbye
we
party.
should. I just feel like, and I say this politely, as a black person, I feel like Boston Market is kind of like a rip-off soul food place. But I
Preach
don't.
to me, which is why I've never had it. You know what my dad said about Boston Market?
What'd he say?
He said everything tastes like the chicken. He said you eat the mac and cheese, it's chicken. You eat the sweet potato casserole, it's chicken.
Chicken seasoning.
I won't
Now,
let
have
you
you
do
had-
that to the sweet potato casserole.
Have you had the chicken though?
That's
Because
the
the chicken's
thing. I
good.
can't go off of what I'm gonna pull up to Boston Market. I'm gonna
What
try
is
it.
their macaroni and cheese compared to? Like a Chick-fil-A?
Panera?
No, it's like
Wawa?
nothing you've ever seen before. It's like
Okay.
It's just amazing. The noodle, it's a perfect noodle length. The cheese, it's so cheesy, but like kind of a
kinda thick.
liquid cheese,
Is
but
it
not in
yellow
a
or
gross
white?
way. It's yellow.
Like
It's
bright
phenomenal. It's so good. You guys would love it, I promise.
All right.
If there's one thing this group loves, it is to talk about fast food and chain restaurants.
Yes,
that
chain
is like a
restaurants.
deep passion of ours, and so you can't hate on it. Like there's a judgment-free zone, so I don't want to hear any Boston Market hate. Not
All right,
today.
Casey, chew me up.
Not here.
I won't knock it till I try it. But if I come back Mac Miller full, knock, 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 knock. It's you. I had it and I didn't like
Well,
it.
here's the thing. They're closing. So that to me makes me think that they're probably not doing that well. So I don't know if the quality is the same as Brandon and I
We finna find out.
believe it should be.
I will happily join their team if they need a social media person to reinvigorate the audience and get crowds back to Boston Market. But I will advocate for Boston Market any day.
Yeah, I'm more of a McDonald's girly when it comes to the fast food places. I will say this. McDonald's was my first job at the age of 16, and it was probably one of the best jobs I've had in my career.
Tell them about it.
I almost got Employee of the Month the one time before I quit. The thing is, I was working like a dog. My mom said, you turn 16, you're getting a job. I was working like 8-hour shifts. Like I was there at 7 a.m. I think I was 11 to 7 the one time. Like full.
That's how you spent your summers?
Well, like no, like school year. I guess I was there
Oh.
for a year. I forgot when. Like, yeah, like January to whenever. Yeah, I was there for over a year. I love McDonald's. The food is good. You know what you're getting every single time. It's consistent. That's what you can't tell me McDonald's isn't consistent. Wow, you guys look at me like I'm crazy.
Wait, what was everyone's first job? Like your very first, your high school job? Yours was McDonald's. Lindsay Brand.
I worked at Forever 21.
Oh my God.
I was the fitting room attendant. I made $8.65 an hour. I also enjoyed my job because we had a food court. It was in the mall. And I would go every day and get Master Wok, my favorite Chinese food. And it was delicious. And I loved it.
My first job was at a bouncy house. That was Aeropostale, whatever you call
I
it.
worked at a bouncy house too.
But yeah, my real job was at a bouncy house. I got fired.
For what?
I may or may not have said some horrible things about one of the managers in the back room, and she may or may not have heard me. And then I may or may not have cleaned the equipment properly. But I think the boss was racist, so I'm going to pull the black card. Sorry. I'm not sorry.
Jesus.
But I did enjoy the job, and I did receive a lot of stars. They had this like little chart in the back where it's like if you helped a bunch of kids, if you got great tips. I love kids, so it's like playing in a bouncy house. I loaded up stars. But yeah, I got full blown fired.
I thought you were talking about like Yelp stars, like
I
Yelp
cried.
reviews. I
No.
was like, oh, good. Like,
What was yours, Casey?
I worked at a Jewish deli / ice cream shop, which was so random. But the problem was that it was called Temptations. So every time in high school, I would tell someone I worked at Temptations. They'd be like, is that a strip club? And like, it was just constant. I too, Bailey, worked like a dog. I worked nonstop at that place. I worked the day after prom, a 10-hour shift.
Damn.
And it was like the worst day of my entire life.
I think I worked Christmas Eve. I remember I worked Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, like New Year's Day. But where'd all that money go?
Yeah.
I had no bills at the time. Where was I spending
You
it
spent
on?
it at the food court at Master Wok because that's where my money went. I worked at Hollister in the mall, and I was right there with you, Brandon.
It was just too tempting.
You worked at Hollister?
I did, and I worked at Insomnia. Sorry, Crumble. My boss, her name was Kia. Shout out Kia. She was electric. She was an excellent time. She kind of reminded me of you, Bailey. Just all around fun. Liked to hit her pen.
Wow.
She was a great time.
For the listeners, I quit nicotine about 3 months ago.
Did you?
No.
Is that true?
I was so messed up.
Lie to the listeners.
No, what's messed up is that you're lying to the listeners.
This is a loyal audience.
Yeah.
All
They
right.
want to
Speaking
be
of loyal,
respected.
when we were at the line at Barcelona this past weekend, we were looking at our like drunk friend in line, and all of a sudden we see these 2 girls that were fans of the podcast. So hi, girls.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
What's
They
going
made our
on?
night.
Speaking of girls, what's going on with your boys?
Yeah. And you can't lie this time.
I haven't been lying. No, nothing's going on with the boys. Nothing crazy. Everything's good. I got unfollowed by one of them recently.
Ooh, well,
You want to give a code name?
No, it was that little boy that we were talking about last episode.
You're kidding.
Before the episode came out, I was like, oh, well, that's good.
So how do you know that he unfollowed you? Do you have like an app or did you just like notice?
No, how did I know? I think I looked at my following. Something in my brain made me go to his profile and said, like,
Intuition?
Like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, thank fucking God. Like, I don't have to entertain this anymore. I think he caught the hint.
Right.
Thank God, but that's about it. That's about it with boys. Where should we go next? Well, my thing for Bailey's Boys this week was going to be about just eating and boyfriends in general. And I feel like for me, I live a healthy lifestyle, go to the gym, yada, yada, yada. But on the weekends, that's my time to shine. Like, I eat like a pig, like a grown man. Like, give me McDonald's. I had Nifty 50s yesterday.
Wingstop.
Did you get a milkshake?
No, because those mess my stomach up, and I know better than that. I wouldn't have been going to work today.
I've been randomly really craving like a milkshake. I got an Oreo McFlurry a few months ago and it was
What?
awful and it did not satisfy my like memory. And since then I've been craving like a cookies and cream milkshake.
Nifty 50s.
Wow. If you go, let me know. Because the last time I went to Nifty 50s, it was on the Roosevelt Boulevard. I think it closed. And I went skating at this place called Wow all day. And it was not sitting correctly with my skate stomach. So
Ew, that
let
sounds
me
like
know.
hell.
Let's put it on the calendar. I'd love to go.
Okay. I'm down.
Yeah,
Continue,
so since
sorry.
I eat like a dumpster, with that comes, I feel like I always attract guys who don't eat like that. The one guy I was talking to for a while, he's a vegetarian. So I'm like, all right, can we order McDonald's? What can I get? Fries? Let me get the cheeseburger. Like, he doesn't like pizza or any junk food. And like, we would always hang out when we were a little drunk. And I'm like, well, what are we going to eat? Carrot sticks and celery?
get him some
No,
veggie
that's
sauce?
actually so important. You
know?
really, like, I was really nervous because my boyfriend, he's tiny. He is 5'4", probably 150 pounds soaking wet. But boy, can he eat. He finished his burgers before I do. I brought him to Thanksgiving last year. And my parents were like, oh, like, Bran, like, he's not going to eat. I was like, just you wait. And cleared house. Shout out to Josue, my little baby. But it is so important when I'm like, let's go eat. And his eyes glow. I'm like, yes, let's
Yeah.
go.
You need to be able to like that's like a date night. Like you need to be able to eat shitty with your partner or like eat ice cream if you were with someone who didn't like
Yes.
dessert and you're like, oh, it's time for a sweet treat. And they're like, oh, I don't really want one. And be like, okay, well then it's over. And we're not together anymore.
Exactly.
It's really stressful also when you're like going through it a little bit with your weight and the person you're with doesn't really understand. So they're like, oh yeah, like let's go get chicken sandwiches and fries and Cokes and ice cream. And you eat it and you're like, I just feel so fat. And they're like, you look great. And it's like, lie to me again.
So it's can't go to Taco Bell, Karen. I'm on an all-carb diet.
God. Alrighty, so getting into our pyramid for this week. Sorry. Diving into our pyramid. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, I feel like we should do best and worst Thanksgiving foods.
Well,
I feel like
I've
it's gonna get heated.
yeah, I might have a hot take for the worst. I'm like a little scared, but at the bottom of my pyramid would be stuffing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
No, it's not fair. Are you kidding me?
No, I agree.
I think stuffing's great. Listen, I think it's delicious. But if I had to knock something out, I could live without it. I don't have it
agree.
any other day of the year. What difference would I know just never having it again?
That's
That's
an
such a good
excellent
point.
point.
That's and you know what? That is exactly why it's the worst. Because if it was that good, y'all would be eating stuffing every day,
I
but
agree.
you're not.
Okay, Casey.
And it's
You know
also-
what? You're absolutely
kind of like
right.
unneeded because stuffing is just bread, but we already have rolls on the side.
Looks like shit in a picture too. You take a picture of
Yeah.
your table, the stuffing is always the ugly one.
But
in the
my
photo.
mother does make a good like apple and fennel and sausage stuffing.
Sounds delicious.
That sounds great.
Yeah, so like that is good. It's like a little sweet, not sweet treat, but like a treat once a year. But that's fine. But like regular like, stovetop stuffing, nah. I agree.
Yeah.
I get it.
Let's put
okay.
her on the bottom. Buy stuff.
I'm gonna put on the bottom green bean casserole.
Wrong.
Now, this is not something that Black people eat on Thanksgiving unless you're Bailey or someone else. I made a TikTok about this on my personal account. Go like and follow. And I got a lot of comments saying that Black people make green bean casserole differently. So maybe it's something I have to ask my mom about.
Green bean casserole is good. It's creamy. There's green beans, vegetables, and then the crunchies on top. It's just so good. My mom puts I'm gonna say all my mom's secrets. She puts mushrooms in hers and bacon and makes it just stellar. It's such a good side, not just like regular green beans.
It's literally my favorite thing at Thanksgiving. Like I load it up.
I don't know, guys. I can't get behind it. But I will be trying Tracy Witherspoon's.
My mother's government name.
All right, I will be trying. Bailey's cooking me today. God, I will be trying your mother's green bean casserole this Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna bring some back for you.
I'm excited.
Wait, so how many are on the bottom?
3. We need one more.
I have an easy one.
Okay.
Like anything cranberry, like the
I knew you were
cranberry
gonna say
sauce, cranberry, like the little jelly some people have. I'm not a fan. I could do without it.
I agree
I
with
love
you.
it.
It's
I
like
think
a-
it's so good.
It's like a refresher.
You want to know why I agree with you? You ever, okay, you know when you would go to like your gross friend's house in elementary school, like they had, you know, everyone had that friend in elementary school. They went to their house and they're like, oh, this house is dirty. And the person that I went to, their grandma had cranberry, like, I guess, jelly.
Whatever
It was just in a really nasty container. And I swear that it was in there for 10 years because every time they opened their fridge and it was sitting there. Lord, I pray I never get a UTI because I have the ick on cranberry for life after that. So I 100% agree with you, Casey.
Thanks for having my back.
Now I wonder what it was. I wonder if it was like a Jello mold type of thing.
Well, there's cranberry in the can. So like my family does like a cranberry compote. So it's like actual cranberries in like a really like nice like. It's very like good quality, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the cranberry sauce in the can. That little jiggly stuff that comes out in the slices. Putting it
'Cause,
on
like-
your turkey.
And like when you're having all that savory stuff, just take a little bite of it and like it cleanses your palate.
We're aligned here, Bailey. We're
All right.
aligned.
What are some good sides?
Macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna say that. I love dairy and carbs. I feel like mac and cheese is so good. I could about number 1 if I could.
Yeah.
What is with people saying that mac and cheese isn't like a legitimate side for Thanksgiving?
I see that.
I've seen
No, I've seen
discourse. I have seen
I've seen
very
that
real
too.
discourse being like, mac and cheese isn't a real Thanksgiving side. Okay. It is in my family, and it's my number 1.
Oh, it is.
Personally.
I think so too. Like I would rather eat. I honestly would like mac and cheese and like turkey or ham on the plate. That's
Yep.
really it.
Period.
Honestly, something you can put closer to the bottom, and this is a real hot take. I am a Thanksgiving sides girly. Like sometimes I forget there's a meat. Like sometimes I usually have a ham and a turkey at Thanksgiving, and most of the time I'm like, oh, there's meat here.
Yeah.
It's not always my favorite.
Thanksgiving, like, wait, what kind of, like, as a side?
No. I'm saying like I like
Oh,
sides
like the turkey
best.
would
So,
be like, oh, yeah.
I forget about the turkey. And the oh yeah.
No.
No,
I would
I
choose
agree.
chicken over turkey.
But mashed
whatever.
potatoes.
Mashed potatoes are my number 1, to be quite honest. Have any of y'all ever had the Bob Evans mashed potatoes?
Yes.
Can
Wait,
we agree that those are good?
the microwavable ones? Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Those garlic Bob Evans mashed potatoes. The fat kid in me, bring them out. Bring them out. You could even get even fatter with it. Put a little more butter in them. Oh, I could eat that whole tub.
No, I fuck with Bob Evans high key. Like my mall back home, they had a Bob Evans Express one time,
Which I never
in
knew
the mall
existed.
food court.
What's on that menu?
I didn't go, and I should have. I remember I told Casey, and she like jumped out of her pants. Or
I
skin.
love Bob Evans for breakfast. Like their chocolate chip pancakes, just do it every time.
consistent. They're
Is
consistent.
it like an
they
IHOP
are.
or like a Cracker Barrel?
I like Cracker Barrel.
Like
Yeah.
is it a chain
Are you
breakfast
telling me you
diner?
don't know what Bob Evans is? Or you
I
ask-
don't. I've never been to Bob Evans.
If you're listening
It's
to
like
this
a yeah,
podcast,
it-
the gas I just let out. You're kidding.
No.
It's like a chain restaurant, but it's like a diner.
I'd say like Perkins
been
Eaton
to
Park.
Yeah,
No, I
similar
don't
to
think they
what
have any
Perkins.
like near our hometown.
Okay, so not crazy.
No.
But they just have like, you know, when a breakfast place does the butter right, like it's in a little tin like bowl, and it's like a perfect, looks like an ice cream scoop. They do it right there, and
you guys would
I'm a
like
fan.
it. I know you would like Bob Evans.
Let's do a food tour.
Let's be the girls who go to Bob Evans.
And the prices are good.
Is there any other like
Okay.
really good sides?
The rolls. Put
Sweet
them
potato
at the
casserole,
top.
but
Sweet
I talked
potato.
a lot about
Yeah.
that for Boston Market, so
Yeah.
I'll chill.
No, I've been liking. Oh yeah, I guess we did talk about that. I was gonna say I never really liked sweet potatoes as a side. Like I don't like sweets that much.
Yeah, I
but,
feel that.
Yeah, but like things have changed. My mom made a really good sweet potato casserole last year with the marshmallows on top.
Yeah.
Bust down.
Sometimes if you put like hot take, like pecans, like a little nut with like a little crunch. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Do you guys like pumpkin pie?
Oh, I love
Not
it.
really.
I'm not a pumpkin
eat
It's
it
like
if
the
it's in
only
front of
dessert
me.
I'll eat. I don't like any other pie other than pumpkin pie
Really?
with
You
like Cool Whip whipped cream on top.
Cool. Sounds
That used to
good.
be my grandma's favorite. She like loved like a sweet potato pie, but like excessive. I'd eat the whole thing in like an hour.
You know what? I wanted to ask you guys. So speaking of Thanksgiving, obviously everyone remembers the year was 2015 when everyone wore the mini skirt with the buttons down the middle, the boots and the turtleneck.
Yep.
How do we think that look has changed this year? Because I think now the new Thanksgiving look is leather pants or leather leggings with like an oversized sweater over it and like booties.
I've seen leather skirts as well. Definitely leather
Yes.
bottoms.
I definitely agree with leather. And I feel like an elevated, like also like black tights. Like that is also a big thing with like still boots and a skirt and a top, but I feel like black tights are like the evolution of the original look.
And like a long black coat.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry.
I'm
Long
very
black leather
jealous
coat.
of families who just wear pajamas. Like I wish that was my family because that just sounds so fun to be like comfy all day, but like my family dresses up.
I asked my mom if I could wear a juicy tracksuit, and she just disliked the message. Like, why am I getting dressed up to be fat?
Right.
I'm gonna have a young bull stomach ache after this. Like, and you want me to put on a tight dress?
I'm probably gonna wear this outfit to be honest for Thanksgiving.
Sounds lit.
My
Yeah,
mom's
sounds
gonna be
cute.
dressed to the nines. Like, come on now. But wait, getting back to the top of the pyramid, what do you guys think it was? Did we ever get to the top of the pyramid?
Brandon
She
said
said
his was mashed potatoes, right?
Mine's mashed potatoes. You said sweet potato casserole.
Oh, my fault. I wasn't listening.
Do we all have different top of the pyramids?
Mine is mac and cheese.
I'd say
hands
mine's
down.
mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Tracy, rev up them fryers.
Well, we have to celebrate something because we have had multiple viral clips on TikTok. Casey was written in the New York Post.
Woo!
It seems like you guys love when we talk about what's on our TikTok FYPs. I'll start. Anyone else on that Trek filter one? With the
Oh my
I was
god.
gonna do it to one of you guys. Damn it!
So here's the thing. Anyone listening at home, this is why you just need to post whatever the fuck you want on TikTok. I was in my bed late at night, bored as hell. My whole entire For You page is this Shrek making out one. And I was like, let me just see what I look like on it.
No, you didn't.
And the second I did it, I was like, this must have been what I looked like every time y'all saw me making out with someone at the bar. Every single time. So I wrote that caption saying, did anyone else have a phase in their life where you made out with whoever breathed in your direction? Because that was my whole, like, honestly, from 22 to 26. Like, anyone, you want to make out with me on the dance floor? Let's go. And that got 2 million views.
Wow.
2 million views.
Wait, I didn't.
Meanwhile, I put
Brandon,
my
I think
neck.
it's higher than that. I
It
looked
might
at it
be.
today and cracked up.
Wait, that's hard.
I was like, what? This video that I literally like would have private storied otherwise, but I was like, let me just see how this does. Boom, 2 million views. So post whatever the fuck.
That's
you
how
want.
it always
Who
is. The
made that
videos
filter,
you
though?
try so hard on, you like sit there editing, you do the whole text to caption, don't do anything. And then the like dumb one you post
Goes
off.
viral.
I did a get ready with me for the gym. Trash. I spent so much time editing. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. My friend saw it.
All right, anyone else have any good things on their FYP?
I'm really upset about mine because I want to be better. I feel like your FYP says a lot about your character, and this just doesn't really reflect who I am.
Remember, you don't have to say it. We could cut it before it begins, whatever you're about to say.
It's not that bad. You know those videos where like it'll be like, today we're making pasta with chicken and cheese. And they'll be like, we're going to take a Pyrex dish and put our plain pasta that's uncooked in this. And then they like touch all over it with their hands. And then they're like, we're going to put 6 blocks of Velveeta on top. It's
Oh.
it's the videos where
Everybody's so creative.
pretty much
And they're like,
everybody's so
yeah.
creative. But I'm not getting the stitches that are funny where it's like, ooh, that looks gross. I'm getting the real videos without any stitching. And I'm like, Why does anyone think I want to see this?
Are they the videos where it's like bad food, where it's like they're just like
They, like,
touching
try
it
to
a
make
lot?
it bad.
Repulsive.
So with that, I did see that's a fetish, and it's with people because they're touching things. It's people with hand fetishes. It's the one where like they're touching like
Hand fetishes.
yeah. Those were like why people do those certain videos, like those like cooking ones that are like bad because they're like touching like the food.
It
And
is
people-
really hand, like,
Yeah, it's
they'll
hand-
squeeze.
Yes, it's a hand fetish. That's
Oh,
what it is.
God.
I saw that, and like once I started seeing those, I was like, oh, and I said not interested. So
Ooh,
girl.
I don't like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be a no. Someone else.
So
I'm all
mine's
set.
kind of cooking too. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. It's like the British Chinese mukbangs. It's like what British people order from like Chinese restaurants.
I have seen those.
Have you seen it? But it's just like wonky. Like it's different from American Chinese food. Like they have like curry that they put on top of everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't look appealing. And everyone in the comments like, oh, thank God I live in America.
What's that one side they have? It's the like.
Prawn chips? Or prawns?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, what is that?
It
I
looks
Googled
kind
it.
of good.
I know they look kind of fire.
But I do want to give a shout out. It's one of me and Casey's favorite accounts. I steady send her. It's Allie and Hallen Belair. Do you guys know who they are?
Oh my God.
Lovely lesbian couple. And they're just so funny.
They're like my favorite. Allie.
yes.
She's like literally one of my favorite creators. She's so funny. Everything
Yeah.
she says cracks me up. And then I didn't realize that they had like a joint account. And
Oh,
now
right.
me and Bailey just send it to each other their video. Like literally, I think we just send every single video
I know.
that they post.
I sent 2 of them yesterday too. I was like,
Yep.
oh, she has to look at them. They're just so funny. You guys will like them.
Damn. Last week my FYP was about the pandemic skip. Now my FYP is about something serious. I swear I have like funny things, but like my FYP right now is all about like the 4-day work week and how like this is such a big push in like millennial companies and how obviously like the older generation is fighting it so hard, but like a 4-day work week like proves to be successful. And I just watch, and it's like so weird because I don't know what what the creator's name is, but she is like an advocate for like 4-day work weeks, I guess. So she goes and she talks to like big CEOs and she like screen records their Zooms. So it's like literally her on a Zoom with like,
wow.
let's just say Crumble CEO. And it's like them fighting back of why we shouldn't have a 4-day work week. And she goes at them and she's so fucking smart. And every time I watch her video, I was like, I just gained 3 brain points watching this. I feel
Send that
much
to me
smarter.
immediately.
I will. If I'll find it and send it to you. But it like, I would love a 4-day work week.
Me too.
They're talking about how much more productive you would be. And the craziest clip was like, this older woman was like, well, what would people do on the 5th day? And the girl's like, anything they want. Like it's
Have a
your
day off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was her whole point was how like the older generation can't even fathom having an extra day to do something. Like they is so out of their realm.
You just need that extra. Like Sunday comes around like yesterday. I'm like, woo, I need another day just to like do stuff. 'Cause I like lay around all on Sundays.
Monday, sometimes Brandon will be like, it's almost like a recovery day. And
Yeah.
I've kind of adopted that because yes, I do have what I would call a high stress job. And Mondays are easier days for me in terms of meetings, but it's really nice to like catch up on some of my things. Like Mondays are sometimes Fridays for me when it comes to like getting on top of things. Cause it's just like, sometimes you just need a day to like catch up. But if I had the
Set
full day
yourself
off, that would be extra lit. I wouldn't do anything.
Right?
No, I fully stand by. When I worked corporate jobs, oh my God, Tuesday was the worst day of the
I
week.
agree.
Like
Tuesday's
Monday, everyone's like kind of playing catch up, and then Tuesday, it's like you get slammed with everything that you had to do. Oh, it's hell.
And there's like nothing to look forward. Bailey always pointed this
Yeah.
out. Like there's nothing to look forward to. There's so many days till Friday.
Yeah. And like Brandon said, like you catch up on Monday, like Tuesday, you should already be caught up. So like you have to get into the thick of it. And like
Yep.
something always bad happens on a Tuesday. I always say
Always.
that.
Always. Does anybody have an immunity necklace for this week?
Mine's
Thanksgiving's
not nice.
coming up.
I don't really have one this week.
I don't either.
Are we being nice? Are we being grateful?
I think we're being
Oh.
too nice this week.
Do you have
We
one?
are.
I could definitely think of one. I feel like there's definitely one that we could do Thanksgiving related. I'm trying to think. How do I want
know.
to be polite but also real at the same time? Well, I think not necessarily an immunity necklace, because I think everyone will agree with this, but don't be out of pocket with what you're asking your relatives at Thanksgiving this year. Like the whole like, where's your boyfriend? All this shit, like drop it. That is so 5 years ago. If you want to roll up to Thanksgiving alone like the bad bitch, listen, I'm the personality hire of my family. I am coming. I'm not making food. I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting down. I'm eating that plate of food, and I'll make y'all laugh. That's all. That's all. Don't ask me any questions about my personal life. If I wanted to talk about it, I would have told you. Thanksgiving is not the place
Amen.
Let's just eat, not get deep. There's my hot take, my mutiny necklace for the week.
No,
Okay,
that's a good one.
I have one. And it goes back to food. Thanks for triggering this. If your Thanksgiving plate looks like dog food, baby food, cat food, or number 2, do not post it. Because I don't want to see it. It doesn't look delicious. Just because it looked good to you and it tasted good to you doesn't mean it's going to photograph properly. So delete it. Don't upload it.
I was going to say that, but then I was like, damn, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
It doesn't have to always look bad. Some people's Thanksgivings, I look at them like, oh, that looks good. That's amazing. Sometimes even green bean casserole, which I just dogged, it photographs really nicely sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. Sweet potato, sometimes it doesn't. Look at your phone. Say, is this postable? And if it's not, bag it.
Thing is, I know my plate always like eats down. It's just the amount of food I put on the plate.
That's
I'm like,
fine.
I'm gonna keep this to myself and myself only because I'm going up for thirds and fourths.
But quality over quantity. Because everybody has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plates.
Yeah.
I have another one.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
He was stewing for a while.
This one really like gets under my skin. Don't post a gym selfie on Thanksgiving and say, remember to be active today. No, it's a big day for everybody, but remember to continue. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You went to the gym on Thanksgiving? There's your gold star. There you go. I don't give a... No.
I'm not gonna post my plate.
If you don't want to work out on Thanksgiving, if you don't want to work out on Thanksgiving Eve, if you don't want to work out Thanksgiving week, if you have a few days off from your job and you don't want to spend it at the gym and you want to spend it eating some comfort food, pop off and don't feel bad about yourself. And that bitch who's trying to make you feel bad about yourself, you can give her the unfollow or the mute if you're not trying to be super petty. Like, fuck that. Okay, I'm done.
And with that, I want to say real quick, use all this food you're eating to make it go to them cheeks. Yup.
A minute on the lips, a lifetime on the hips.
Come on now. You get it. I'm going to stay off social media this Thanksgiving.
I can't wait for the stories, though, from Thanksgiving Eve.
I know.
Well,
now I feel like I have to go out.
I think you do.
should.
It's for research purposes.
That's true.
Do it for the plot, babe.
Okay.
For the plot, for the Thanksgiving plot. We need something to be thankful for.
I know. I think I'm doing some type of alumni thing for my high school. So a little excited for that. It's going to be like no one there except for like me and my 3 friends, but I'm excited to see.
Hey, those nights always get the craziest.
I know.
We're nearing our 10-year reunion for high
Wild.
school, which is like repulsive to think about.
I'm excited for that.
I'm
kind
like,
of am too.
I'm like excited, I guess, but then when I think about like, oh my God, that was 10 years ago. Like I feel
That's
like 10 years ago,
disgusting.
I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
Weren't you
I
class
wasn't.
president?
I was, and yearbook editor.
Yes.
Do you have to plan the reunion?
Well, here's the thing. People tell me I do, but I don't. There's someone else. It's someone else's problem. It is not mine.
Casey.
No, technically I was student body president, and
Oh,
the
that's
senior
different.
president is the one who's supposed to do it. But no one, I don't know anyone who still talks to our senior president. I mean, like, I know people do, but none of my friends do, so they just blame it on me. That is not my problem. I will show up. I will be the personality hire, as Brandon says. I will not plan it.
Yep.
I've left those days in the past.
Oh, I can't
behind
wait
me.
to go. Like, hey, how y'all doing?
Sorry if any of if the listeners were hungry, because now I'm
Yeah.
starving
I
after
know.
our food.
What are you guys going to eat for dinner?
I'm eating some wings. I'm going to Buffalo Wild Wings after this. I'm getting some wings, some ranch. If anybody else has any, I've actually never eaten at Buffalo Wild
No.
Wings. No, so I'm really excited.
Their fries are really
My
good.
kids
Pretty
Yeah.
bussin'. They're like the seasoned fries, right? Yeah, John's are
The
good.
potato wedges? Yup.
I want a soda. Like a really good like.
You sound like SpongeBob. I
I'm really into soda. I had a vanilla Coke last night. It was crispy, nifty 50s. If you're listening, y'all did your thing.
Wait, I know we're wrapping up this episode, but Bailey and I have bonded over something so wholesome in the soda department, and it is the cranberry ginger ale, like the Canada Dry
Now,
cranberry.
you
The
just
seasonal-
heard my take on cranberry, and you
No,
thought
the
it was
seasonal
appropriate
one.
to bring it back up.
Alrighty. This is not cranberry. This is ginger ale. It just is cranberry.
I don't think I've ever even like heard of that.
Really?
And I follow a lot of junk food accounts.
It's during it's always during Christmas time. It's always like Sierra Mist and Canada Dry. They have like,
Sprite, I think, too.
yeah,
I
they
think
always
that
have
was
cranberry versions of their like actual drinks, and it's just so good. It's always like in the form of a Christmas tree or stuff like
Wow.
that. Go to your like big box stores more.
Oh Lord,
Oh, my
Alrighty, well,
I'm
I
hungry.
think that's a wrap.
yeah, I need to go eat.
All right,
That's
girls.
a wrap, y'all. If you're listening, come to Barstool tonight. We will party. Me and Lindsay will do shots with you. I think we'll have a lot of fun stories for next week.
We'll let y'all know how the crumbles were.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow us on TikTok so you can see all of our viral videos because they will be still coming.
Yes. Don't forget to like and subscribe on all platforms as well. We post every single Wednesday, hump day.
And I know we talked a lot of smack, but let's keep it between us girlies.
Yes. Bye guys.
Bye, guys.